Peter McKinnon has a Leica, sure, yeah, that makes fucking sense. But
Great.
like Joe Schmo down the street who started taking photos 2 years ago is like, I got a Leica, and I'm like, why? like, whether you have 50,000 followers or 5,000 or 1,000, as long as you're making money.
Yeah.
I just got a post that went 9 million views the other day.
Shit.
It was a 10-second video around a dog taking a giant shit. I think I opened them up to the entire veterinary industry to making real content. And I've heard it a few times without people knowing that it was me that makes the content at this animal hospital. Mm-hmm. My family has a saying, too broke to be cheap.
Yeah.
And I've just like literally somehow lived by that my whole life. So I'm like, I'd rather drop the $3,000 on the Canon lens and never worry about it. And you probably would never have to worry about the cheaper version. I copy things that I see from other people, and it's like, it's not really a copy. I'm taking inspo from. Yeah, I'm like, that was a good idea. Let me twist this and make it my own little version of it. So I was like, let's show people surgeries. Let's show people what's really happening. Let's give them an explanation of what's happening so they feel better about it. Even though, sometimes it is a full chest open in a video, like heart beating, like it's crazy. Yeah. And I fucking love it. Yeah. But my name's Nakoma. I'm a photographer, videographer from the Hudson Valley. For anybody who doesn't know where that is, it's like middle New York. Right. Probably about an hour. I'm about an hour and a half outside of New York City. I've been doing content and photos and videos for professionally, like with my business for 5 years. But like photo and video specifically for 10, and then like before that, photo my whole life almost.
Awesome.
Awesome. What else? I like tattoos.
Tatted up.
Yeah.
Mine are covered, but they're there.
I like community, so like this was not even a question for me. I mean, we've been following each other for
a minute,
years now, and we've tried this many times, like to even just shoot together. But I saw you do this with somebody else, with Canon, right? And then I was like, hey, get me in there.
Dude.
And here we are.
Awesome, bro. Yeah. It's great to have you, bro. It's
great
to
I appreciate you having me.
Too.
Yeah, for real though. First thing I said to him was, wow, you're a lot taller than I thought. Which is
so funny.
Yeah. And it's great to be here. Thank you. I appreciate you having me, making the time for me also.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks dude, you took the drive, so it's thank you for as well. But let's start off like, I want to keep it super casual, right? Chill, and I'm going to just throw out a couple of questions. Let's be chill as possible.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty even
keel
all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So, I know you said you've been shooting for a long time. What do you like shooting better, photo or video?
Oh, that's easy for me, photo. If I didn't have to shoot video at all, I probably wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people will say like if you niched yourself down more, like you would probably be able to do that. But I think that right now, just where my career is, I kind of have to do both still. Mm-hmm. And the type of client that I have requires a lot of video. So I don't shoot in like a film style. Like I don't consider myself a filmmaker. I still very much consider myself like just a content creator. Like, I guess videographer would be the farthest I would take it, but photo for sure comes first for me. And like, I've always been better at photo naturally.
Okay.
So yeah, and if I had to choose like just something within photo that I would like always choose, I would love to just be doing like wildlife or landscape. And which is funny because I don't shoot any I don't shoot any like wildlife. Okay. If you looked on my page, you would never find an animal. Wildlife? But I'm like I feel like somewhere deep in my heart, that's where I would like love to fall into.
That's awesome.
Awesome. I'm also trying to get myself into the sports world now.
Okay. Anything in particular, like?
I just shot with a UFC fighter right before UFC 322. Awesome. Fatima Klein, she's up and coming strawweight. She just ranked 12th in the world.
That's sick.
She's a good friend of my family's. Okay. So she needed a media guy, and I'm like looking to get my foot in the door, and somehow the universe said, let's make it happen. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I didn't get to shoot like her fight or anything. I got to shoot basically her media day, like her pre-fight, like signing contracts, getting her gear.
Like a day of the life type of thing?
Yeah. We did a
Nice.
little BTS video, and I shot some photos and whatever. But it was my first time ever doing it, and her first time having somebody like me come out and do it. So neither one of us she didn't really know what she wanted, and I didn't really know what to expect. So I kind of just did what I do, and
Awesome.
she was happy, and it worked. But
dude, honestly, sometimes it's like, I don't want to say a guessing game, but like,
kind of is.
Sometimes you just gotta like fucking wing it. You know? Like, and that's.
I think also it helps when when the client doesn't know what they want,
right?
And if they keep their expectation low, you're able to provide like a better product. And I think that's kind of just what happened.
Yeah.
Like her expectation was low. She just wanted something to post, and I just happened to make it work. But I do think it's funny. One of my questions, actually, it's funny that you kind of asked that. One of my questions for you was if you believe in manifesting. I don't know if I'm not like a religious person, and I don't think manifesting necessarily falls into religion, because there's a physical aspect to it as well. But that this was one of the more clear signs for me that like sometimes manifesting it works in the sense of like if you put out there that you want it enough, the opportunity kind of comes to you, and people will call that God or the universe or whatever. But I also think that you have to put the work in to make it happen.
Absolutely. So yes, I do believe in manifesting, just as a simple answer, but it's pretty complicated. Like
it is. Yes.
It's pretty complicated where, and I'll give you an example. So like I have been doing this full time now for 3 years, right? Kind of unexpectedly got thrown into it because I got laid off of my tech job, right? But I kind of went into the place where I was still applying for jobs. I was in tech space and stuff like that. And then 6 months in, I was like, I can't find shit.
Right, yeah.
So why am I wasting my time applying, interviewing, not getting called back, all this bullshit?
Yeah.
So I just put 100% into shooting photo and video, okay? The manifesting part is where I have been shooting weddings for a long time. I've been shooting weddings for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to dabble more in the corporate space, the corporate photography, corporate videos, stuff like that.
All right.
And I'm sort of like you. I'm photo first, so I'm a photographer first and foremost. Like I would rather shoot photo rather than video, 100%. And I started just honestly talking about corporate stuff, corporate video, corporate photo, stuff like that. And over time, it's honestly now become a majority of my business.
Right, yeah.
I would say right now it's split between corporate and wedding photography. I do more of the video stuff on the corporate end, but
like I said, that's what the spaces requires now. It's you almost can't just do photo unless you're doing like corporate headshots. Then it would be like,
but honestly, it's a good upsell. So that's how I look at it. So like I'll go in with one or the other and just like upsell myself from there.
Like it's only this much for this much extra, you know.
I'm already here.
I'm already here. You might as well have me do both. Yeah.
Exactly. So. Yes, I do believe in that. It's interesting because I've seen it in other places as well. Like for example, like I know a lot of photographers that like just simply talk about and put themselves out there as much and put these little messages into the world about like what they want to do, what they want to shoot, what they want to accomplish, and like it happens for them. And this is why we're here, is because of the community. I'm all about that shit.
Right.
Like if you've seen my videos, I know you've seen a few of my videos, and we've been following each other
most
for
of
like,
them at this point. Yeah.
I'm very keen on like just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Like whether you agree with me or not, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really care. This is what's worked for me.
It's funny because that's actually one of the things I like about you the most is like. There's times where I see work and I'm like, oh, I would have maybe done that differently, and I think that works in our space in general, just because you're viewing from your viewpoint, like
right.
But then it's funny because the thing that I love about you most is that you're just like, I'm just going to put it out, and if it does well, it does well, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, and I don't care if it doesn't do well.
Right.
And it's funny because I feel like I think I've been doing this longer than you as far as like social media.
Right. Yeah.
And you have 3 times the amount of followers that I do because you're consistent with how much you post.
Yeah,
And like,
it's-
I'll post like, I think I checked my numbers last week for last month. I posted like 3 times last month.
Okay.
And it was
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, well, that's why you're not growing, asshole. You know,
Right, yeah.
I'm like, you're
Like,
not doing anything. Like,
and that's, you know what? That's part of the manifesting. Like,
Yeah.
like the manifesting part came into play when I started putting myself out there more.
Right, yeah.
Right. And it's, I hate to say it, like, don't get me wrong. Like people think I enjoy doing social
Yeah.
all the time, which because I'm just comfortable now in front of the camera. I've been doing it for so long.
right.
But it just works.
Yeah.
Right. I hate to sound like, I fucking hate to sound like Gary Vee. But
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like he's not lying. You
Right.
put yourself more out there, it's just going to happen.
Right, it just happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I mean, we just talked about this right before we jumped on. It's like I've now gotten to a point where I'm like, work is taking over too much, and I can't do anything for myself, or at least the time that I could be is the only time I have to relax and have a moment to myself. Which also is like part of that has to come into play for myself, where I'm like, all right, well then spend the next 6 months deciding if relaxing is more important than growing.
Right.
So that's a
Right.
conversation myself and whoever else is watching this, and you have to have with yourself, like, is the relaxing more important than how much growth I can have? And I think
Yeah.
that also falls into another question I had that I wrote down, which was like, do you think numbers matter when it comes to, in terms of making money or like growing your brand, or just in general, like between social media?
Which numbers? Like the social numbers?
Yeah, like
Or-
your social media numbers. Do you think they matter as far as your business doing well?
That's a damn good question.
Yeah.
I want to say yes and no. Right.
Yeah, I would agree with
Just because yes, if I go, like, for example, I am building out this office and you took some behind the scenes and like I'll throw it in. I'm looking for a new monitor for my what's it called, for my desk.
Right.
I hit up a brand and I'm like, hey, like, do you want to collaborate on something, or don't you want to collaborate on something, or would you give me a discount on a monitor?
Right. If I feature the monitor in like X amount of videos, or
Right.
talk about the monitor, or
Show
like,
color accuracy with the MacBook and shit like that. We
Right,
just
right,
started
right.
diving in, and they were like, we can't send it to you for free, but send me the rest of your socials. The number one thing they looked at was like my views, my follower count, and then they're fine on Instagram, but once you go to like, they're okay on TikTok, but once you go to YouTube, they're not that great.
they want to see consistency across platforms.
Exactly.
It's not something I ever
So-
thought of, because I like really concentrate on Instagram and Instagram
Right.
alone.
Right. No, some will, just because like a lot of the attention is still on Instagram.
Right.
But I guess now I don't want to say it's oversaturated, but there's so many different types of creators for Instagram.
Right.
That like they want to see now like a push for those other platforms, so that way they're not just attacking one set of audiences, they're attacking multiple set of audiences.
That makes sense.
And no, on the other hand, is because like I get referrals from Instagram and I get business from Instagram, but majority of it is through my website and honestly, Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Facebook is, I would say, for weddings specifically. I'm not gonna say it's great for other things. I'm saying right now, just for weddings and engagements, stuff like that, it's great for that side of the business, especially if you're running ads on it. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard ads on Facebook specifically are like, that's the
Yeah.
place to go for
Yep,
that.
absolutely. And it's super worth it on that. But again, that's why I'm giving it a yes or no, because the numbers do matter in some cases, and some cases they don't.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like for me too, it's like what you're at a little over 20K, right?
Yeah.
And I'm at 5,600, and I feel like we're still equals in the space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're both making money full time as
Yep.
creators. We're both constantly getting, new clients and whatnot. And
Right.
and so I agree with you. Like it's a yes and a no. It's like, what kind of work do you want to do?
Right.
Like if you want to do work with brands and like get free stuff and get travel vacations, like yes, your numbers are going to matter because they want to see that you're putting out a certain amount of content, your quality is good, people are engaging, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But do I think to run a full-time business, you need, I just think if you're going to run on socials, like as your advertising or your marketing, you just need consistency as far as like the way it looks.
Right.
Like you could have one post a month, but as long as somebody has something to view and be like, oh, it's good, you know what I mean? Like then you're okay. And I kind of float somewhere in the middle there. Like I want my numbers to grow, but I don't post enough that proves to me that I care that my numbers, you know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah. And you know what? It's different for everybody. Like the reason I did it was because, realistically, like I was still shooting weddings even after I got laid off my job.
Yeah.
But like that's all I was shooting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I started doing this just to sort of dabble in other things. So like it kind of just came to, like I said, fruition where I just started shooting different things. And just so you know, I don't believe in niching down at all.
Oh, I don't either. Yeah, like we agree on that. Yeah.
So I like shit. Look what happened with COVID. And honestly, my number one reason is because of COVID. Like my wedding seasons, they were fucking non-existent.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. COVID set me up also. Like I worked for the post office for 10 years before I went full time, and everybody was like, "You're crazy. You're gonna leave this job for." By the way, if anybody thinks the post office is a good job, it's not. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a terrible job. No good retirement. No good. It's a bullshit ass job. They trick you. They trick you by paying you a lot early on, and then they leave you at that. So anyway, that could be a whole episode. I would go off on the post office right now.
We're gonna leave that where it is, my friend.
But 6 months before COVID happened, I quit my job. I was about to hit my 10-year anniversary. I quit my job, and because somebody that I went to high school with, who builds like multi-million-dollar homes, he was like, I want my content to be better. I want to show people how we build these houses, rebuild these houses, because they were also doing a lot of reconstruction on like multi-million-dollar homes.
Okay.
So I started working for him, and then COVID hit, and he was like, we can't work right now, so whatever. But went on unemployment. And in that 6 months I worked for him, I learned how to build a media company, because that's all I was doing. He paid for everything, and I was just learning how to run this company. It wasn't like I was taking advantage or like he was paying me well. It just happened to work out for us because he was still running a construction company.
Yeah.
And so basically in that 6 months I learned how to do it on my own. And COVID hit, everything shut down, and I was like, whoa. Time out. Why am I doing this for anybody else?
Right.
And so when everything opened up again and he was like, do you want to continue working? I was like, I'm kind of going to take a shot at this on my own.
Okay.
And he was like, I get it, because he could only pay me for like 1 day a week at that point, because when everything was opening up, it was slow.
Right.
And I was like, 1 day a week isn't really going to cut it for me. So yeah, we just, and then it's funny because I ran into him like a year later, and I was like, I'm sorry for the way things worked out. Like, it was a good setup, but like once all that shit happened, I kind of had to take things into my own hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was like, dude, it would have pissed me off more if he went back to the post office. He's like, I'm happy for you. Like,
that's great, though. That's great.
It worked out. Yeah,
that's great. He just wants to see you win.
Right. Yeah,
that's
it's great.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, I definitely think that, I don't know how I got into that story, but my brain kind of sidestepped for a second. But I definitely think that the more serious you take yourself, because you were saying like you got laid off, you were kind of forced to take your own business serious. Yeah. The second you take yourself seriously and you're like, I'm going to put all my effort into it, it works, and whether you have 50,000 followers or 5,000 or 1,000, as long as you're making money.
Yeah.
And
just so you know the numbers, 3 years ago, I've been doing this full time. I had 2,500 followers. 3 years ago. So, it's grown. I'm not one of those guys that like, hey, you just gained 60,000 followers in a month. I'm not one of those guys. I don't care to be.
Right, yeah. No, I've seen the growth. I remember when you were at those numbers. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's just like, as long as I stay consistent, I'm down with that.
Yeah, so. I would like to, it's funny because like I was at whatever I was at like same thing, like maybe like 2,000 or 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, when I get to 5,000, I'll be so happy.
Right.
And then when I got to 5,000, which I've been kind of stuck at now for like the last year and a half, I was like, now I'm like, when I get to 10K, I'll be happy with that number. And I'm like, I know when I get to 10K, I'm going to be like, nah, it's got to be 20K. Like,
yeah,
you know, like,
it's constant though. It's constant. Like, that's why I kind of divert from looking at the numbers. I honestly don't know like what my view count is per month.
Right.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just don't. I stopped caring because like I was so like worried about it the first year I was doing it. So like it came to the point where I was like more focused on that, where I would, rather than like getting more clients.
Right. Yeah.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I got a fucking mortgage to pay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. You know,
you're like, Instagram's not paying me, so I need to be more
Absolutely.
concentrated on clients.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I needed to concentrate on other things. But like I was looking into them. I maybe I don't even know how many times a month I post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's wild.
Like, I have no idea. Like there's some times.
Is it set up on a schedule?
I do have scheduled posts, so like I'll film, and I think we touched on this. Like I have a schedule where I'll film on certain days. I'll edit on the other days, and usually like I'm usually a week ahead of schedule.
Nice.
So like everything you'll see this week, I fucking recorded and edited last week.
Right. Yeah. Smart. It's really the way you're supposed to run content is like spend a day shooting, spend one, or if you can spend a full day shooting and editing.
Yeah.
I just like I said before, I'm just like, I get home from shooting, I'm editing somebody else's shit. Then by the time I have enough time to shoot something that I thought up for myself, I'm like, damn, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I'm like,
the problem is I'm a night owl.
I am like, too, but I just like that time to myself now.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's why I'm like, you can't complain about numbers if you're not going to spend the extra hours.
Yeah, you know what it is? I just, now it's just part of my routine. It's not even
that's
like,
important also. Yeah.
It's not even like, I don't even think about it. Like we attended a Sweet 16 for, I want to say my niece, but she's like a personal friend, like a very close family friend of mine, his daughter.
Yeah.
The Sweet 16, I had a couple of drinks there. I came home and I just literally had an idea to record a video. I fucking recorded the video.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it is nice to have this just ready to go also.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's, and honestly, I think I'm going to get like another like camera or two, just like older style bodies, nothing crazy, just so I can actually like sit down, hit record, and it just lives here.
Right. Yeah.
These cameras I use now, I use every single day, like for everything. So it's like it's a little different. But,
yeah.
I want a space where I can just like go. I have backdrops up here and stuff like that, and I'm still doing the video tour video. So like I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Once I get like the pictures and stuff I want in here.
This is such a sick setup.
Thank you.
Was this a bedroom before, or just like?
When we bought the house, it was set up as like a bedroom, but like the garage is right next to us.
It's like a playroom technically?
Yeah. So the garage is right next to us, and my kids used it as a playroom for a couple of years, but I'm like, this definitely was an old garage.
Yeah.
Converted.
It does have a garage feel.
Yes. Well, I mean, everything now is black, and the floors I did myself, actually.
Oh, shit.
No, don't.
It's impressive.
No, it's a pain in the balls. The fucking.
Oh yeah, no, I would never want to do this, but that's why I'm impressed by it.
It's a pain in the ass.
But now that it's done, though, I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks cool. It definitely looks cool. I definitely fucked up on it, but I'm not gonna point out the fuck up. But no, this room, it was just a little bit bigger than my old office. That it's in a different part of the house, but. If my whole problem was like I used to have to rent a space for every single shoot that I had, even if it was headshots.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted something a little bit separate than like my living area, my kitchen, stuff like that. So I have a door back here that I could just get people to come in if they're clients. Come in, put down the backdrop, click, get the fuck out.
Right. Yeah. That's nice.
You know what I mean? Because during the winter, I'm shooting headshots constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, I used my friend's studio space. Shout out this Hudson studio. Have you shot there before?
You sent it to me.
Yeah,
I think we were gonna meet there one time.
Yeah, maybe.
I definitely still want to check it out. Definitely gotta come up there.
In my area, or even like I would say, even like the close vicinity, that's like the best studio there is.
Yeah.
Like not just because it's my friend's studio.
Yeah.
That is like it's huge, big white space.
Okay.
You could go in there with backdrops if you needed to. She might even have backdrops now. I don't know. It's all open windows, so you can either do natural light or set up your lighting.
Love it.
And it's like it has that industrial feel. So the
Love
ceilings are like 25 feet tall.
Beautiful.
And like yeah, it's
Beautiful.
like you have the space for everything in there. Like if you needed to shoot videos in there, you could shoot videos
Okay.
in there. Like
Maybe we should set something up. Where
yeah,
like,
maybe
yeah.
Nina would love that. She'd be like, maybe we get like a little 3-way conversation going.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
she'd probably love that.
Yeah, especially honestly during the winter, like it's. I'm not gonna say it's dead, but it's definitely slower with like the engagement sessions and all this other stuff.
Of course, yeah.
I'm down. Like maybe even the new year or whatever. Let's set something up. We go out there, we shoot it, and you know.
Yeah, she'd love that. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, she's got lots of ideas and thoughts on industry. She's also been doing weddings forever. Now owns the studio. She does portraits, and actually, you know, it's funny as I'm like, you can't do photo without doing video now. She's one of the people that just does photo.
Really?
Like doesn't know anything about video.
Okay.
But again, I think if you're just gonna do photo, it has to be weddings and engagements, and you know, she does like
Right.
branding shoots,
Okay.
and whatever. But like, that girl's hustling.
That's what
Like,
I'm doing.
yeah,
That's
like-
it. That's what I
yeah.
want to see. You know what I mean? I love seeing that shit.
Yeah,
That's
no,
like-
I do too, especially because it's so easy now for so many people. Like, I'm sure you get it all the time too. Like, if you're not in the industry, people just go like, "Oh, it seems awesome," and it doesn't seem that hard. Like, and like, it's a constant. It's a survival mode constantly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, people don't get it, bro.
Yeah.
People are like, they're constantly saying like, you know, I get a lot of good comments, but like, I don't know if you
but
ever
the bad
said-
ones hurt more. Yeah.
No, honestly, I don't even tolerate them. Like, if people leave,
If you're
shitty
disrespectful,
comment-
yeah,
If people leave shitty comments, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but like, if I even went down your post, like, and we're cool, and like I see someone put a shitty comment, I will fucking annihilate them in the comments.
That's awesome.
I will annihilate them in the comments because I just honestly don't like that shit.
No, and especially if you're not in the industry and you don't know, like, why are you
Right.
talking shit? Like, you don't know anything about what it
It's-
takes to run
crazy.
any kind of business in this space. Like,
Right.
especially now that it's saturated, and
Yeah.
like everybody wants to do it. Like,
Yeah.
like when I started, and I'm sure even when you started, because you probably weren't that much after me. I think you were probably shooting longer. You were doing weddings before I was.
Okay,
But I think
okay.
as far as like social media and whatnot,
Yeah, the social media thing is like very recent for me. Last 3 years. You
Yeah,
said you've
yeah.
been doing about 5.
well, I've been in business for 5. I've
business,
been on
yeah.
social media for like 10.
Okay,
Which is
yeah.
why I get pissed about my numbers sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I not get to where I needed to get by now? But you know, it's just I'm also again, it's a niching down thing, which I won't do because I like all forms of photo and video. Like
Yep.
I do it because I like the creative part, not
Yep.
because I just do this one thing, which is great if you only do this one thing. And it sucks because I see it in the spaces where I like for clients, I run a lot of client pages. Well, not a lot. I run a few client pages. And when those pages that are just niche down to that one thing, like one
Yep.
of the doctors I work with is a cardiologist. All of his content does incredible. He grew 7,000 followers in probably like 6 or 7 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah, from zero,
Okay, that's awesome.
because it's just about cardiology.
Yeah.
And so like niching down does work.
Right.
But I just like, you know, I like to share my days that I spend with my girl on adventure, and I'm just shooting photos of that.
Yep.
I like to just make a video of an adventure or a vacation we took, you know, like
Hell yeah.
so I try to niche down a little. I have like my adventure page, but I
Yeah.
also tag myself in that because we're in it, you
Yeah,
know,
of course,
like,
of course.
so
Yeah,
like,
of course. Yeah, you know what it is? I just don't have the mental capacity to just like stick with one genre. Like
No, me either. I get bored. Yeah,
I get
yeah.
bored very easily. So I'm just like, I'll go shoot a car today, and then I'll go shoot a wedding tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then the following day I'll shoot content for this dentist that I know. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
yeah.
like it's honestly constantly different, and I love it.
so your genre technically is just content.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
yeah, like, yeah.
But you know what's funny? Like, I don't consider myself a content creator. And
Yeah,
which
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
because you probably think more like influencer.
right.
And I don't see myself as an influencer
No,
at all.
no.
Which is, I'm sure other people look at me and they're like influencer.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. But I don't see it that way. I'm just like, I've been doing what I'm doing now as a career literally since high school. Like
crazy.
I used to I was the weird kid that was bringing cameras to school, like video cameras to school, and just recording walking down the hall.
That's awesome.
Because I just was like, it's gonna be incredible when I'm 80 to see
Yeah.
me walking down the hall in high school and like my friends high-fiving me as I'm walking past, or like specifically I can remember like shooting a rivalry basketball game, you know, like,
that's
and I'm
awesome.
like, dude, I'm gonna look at that at like 50, 60, 70, however long I make it to, and like just be
long
like,
time, bro.
right, and like have years worth of things to like look back on my life,
Yeah.
you know, like, so for me that was how this even came to fruition. It was just like, I like the fact that I can go back and see what my life was like
That's amazing,
through
dude.
photos and videos,
Yeah.
like, and have so much of it that I could tell a complete story, you know.
Yeah. I wish I started earlier. I wish I started taking I started taking photos at 27.
Oh yeah, so well, you're the thing is I didn't start taking it seriously till 25.
Okay.
So I was always like taking photos and videos and doing all that, but I actually quit from like 18 to 25 because
Gotcha.
I got really into music and I went to school for music, and like I
Awesome.
was a drummer for most of my life, so like I was super into music, and I was like, yeah, the music industry is where I want to be.
Yeah.
And I got 2 years into that, and then I was like, I fucking hate everything about this. And the industry itself in music sucks. Like, it's cutthroat. Like, I just wasn't for me. And then I just worked until I figured out that I wanted to do photo. Like,
That's awesome.
I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
I went to school for music, but that was a 9-month program. Like,
Okay.
So it was like I didn't go to college. I didn't do any of that. When I quit doing the music thing, I was like, I don't know what to do. So I got a job being a waiter, and then I was in the post office.
Okay.
And then I was doing both. Then I was bartending and doing the
Yeah.
post office. And then one Christmas when I was like 25, I was like, hey, I think I want to get back into doing this photo thing. And my parents bought me a camera. And
That's
like,
awesome.
They bought me a T6i, I think.
Nice.
And I was like, sick. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's a great starter camera, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
compared to what I have now, I'm like,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Canon?
Yeah, Canon, yeah.
Canon. Nice.
Um,
Do you give a shit about brands or no?
no offense, but I don't like the way Sony takes photos. yeah.
We're filming on a Sony right now.
I know you're a Sony guy, so like that's why I said no
I'll be
offense.
honest
But
with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I've been shooting Sony now for 5 years. I came from Canon.
yeah,
I came from a Canon T2i was my first one. Then I went up to a 6D. 7D was my second body. Then 5D Mark III. Then 5D Mark IVs.
so you had like a good amount of time with Canons.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
I had
And you had
shit.
good cameras.
Right.
Because
So,
my
like,
first was a 7D Mark II, which was like infinitely better than the 7D.
Right.
But then after that, it was only like the Mark III and Mark IV, like
Right.
5D.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I had, and then like 1DX was like just fucking overkill for everything.
Yeah.
So, and the body,
You had it?
The body was this big. I rented it one time because
Nice.
my 5D Mark IV, something was going on with it, and I was like, you know what? Like, it's the same price to rent it. Let me just fucking rent it.
Yeah.
The thing is obnoxiously big.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
And probably obnoxiously like too good, like
Yeah.
or at the time, like
It's great, but you don't need it for weddings. You know what I mean? Like, I was shooting weddings consistently.
Unless you're shooting in the NFL, I feel like that's like what.
Yeah, and the thing, dude, literally the body is like a fucking box.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because I've held the what's the RF version now, the mirrorless version.
Yeah,
is the I don't remember. Actually, is it? No, it's not called a 1D. The R1.
R1. Okay.
Yeah. The R1 is like the same thing. I held one of them because I know somebody that had it, and I was like, I would never need this. It's
Never.
like, yeah.
Never. The only thing I like, so I shoot Sony now, but I don't know. There's I've been shooting with these cameras for 4 or 5 years now, right? The
Yeah.
A7 IVs. People are like, yo, you should get up to like R series, like for the resolution. I'm like, bro, I had the old. Actually, my first Sony camera was a R series camera, and the resolution, like the megapixels, was killing my fucking storage. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, the storage
Nope.
is insane. As I use an R5, and like
Yeah.
the photos and the videos are just like, if I spend a day shooting, I go home with like 200 gigs.
Yeah,
and I'm
dude.
like, what?
Yeah,
what am I
dude.
doing with all this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Especially like video. So like video, I learned how to shoot log. I didn't really.
I'm gonna
learn-
start shooting log this year.
I never actually learned how to shoot the other way.
Yeah.
Like just whatever profiles built in, baked in. So I learned on log. So like, I'm shooting this on log. It's
Yeah,
just
it looks great. Yeah. But honestly, it's like at this point, like that little bit of film feel from shooting on log
Yeah.
is kind of like separates you.
Right.
You know, and like I do need to up my game in video because, like I said, you kind of have to do both, especially if you're going to be in a specific like, content space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been shooting just on the fucking right out the box like
Yeah.
video. The clients love it. It
As long
looks
as it looks
clean,
good, bro.
right? Yeah.
As long as it looks
and
good.
if anything, that well with Canon, that's Canon's big thing, right? It's like the color profile is like rich and
Right.
and you know, it has enough contrast to cover everything.
Yep.
But if I need to, I just kind of add a little bit of contrast, drop the
Yeah.
shadows a little, and it makes it feel crispier. I'm like,
Awesome.
it's not even that much of an edit. I just kind of,
As long as it's clean, bro. Like I'm all about getting the product clean in camera.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But for like, I'm not married to the brand. Like I'm not married to Sony. Like
Yeah.
shit, I saw the Nikon ZR for video. Right?
Yeah.
It takes red raw footage, and I'm like, I do want a camera that's video centric. That thing is video centric, and I'm like,
I might switch to Nikon. Yeah.
no, I might. You know what? I could always get an adapter, but like that camera's 2 Gs. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Yeah.
The fucking FX3
It
for
was like
Sony is
$5,000.
like is 4,000, right? And the new one's coming out, so like I literally could buy two.
It's crazy. They just dropped the FX3. They got another one coming out.
Yeah, it's been around for they dropped a new version. They didn't-
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
like they upgraded the monitor, some shit like that, but like nothing crazy.
Right.
It's been out for like 4 years, but like the
Oh, okay. I thought it was a new camera.
It's the FX3A or something like that. They updated like certain things, but it's the same fucking shit.
Yeah.
But like I'm not married to it. Like if the problem is how expensive it is to switch. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because
Lenses alone.
adapters, lenses, all kinds of.
Lenses alone, bro. Like I don't. That's one thing. Like I could say I don't really cheap out on. I don't always buy the Sony brand lens, but like Sigma lens is
See,
just
I'm the
as
opposite. I'm like, my family has a saying, too broke to be cheap.
good. Yeah.
And I've just like literally somehow lived by that my whole life. So I'm like, I'd rather drop the $3,000 on the Canon lens and never worry about it. And you probably would never have to worry about the cheaper version.
You don't.
But like, I just like, I don't know. I'm just like, just get the. I know I want the best one. Just
Yeah.
get the best one.
But that's the thing. Like it's very even hard now to distinguish. Like if you said that to me 5 years ago,
yeah.
there's a clear difference. Like this is a Sony lens, this is a Sigma lens.
Right.
We could take two cameras out later and like take the same exact fucking picture. You wouldn't have no idea.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I
true.
mean?
Especially
That's
if
the
you
thing.
don't know what you're looking at.
Right.
Like if you're just a client, like normal
Right.
client, like.
Right. So I made, and you know what? Sony doesn't sponsor me. I probably have a better chance of Sigma sponsoring me than anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or a third party company. But it's yeah. I mean, I do a lot of research before I like pull the trigger on anything. So it's
Me too.
it's,
I'll spend a month like just
yeah.
like watching videos, reading every friggin' article about it, like.
Absolutely.
And that's why to me also like spending the money doesn't really matter. I'm like, okay, you did your diligence on. Also, a lot of times I'll rent before I buy it, like to make
100%.
sure that like it's definitely what I wanted. The last time I bought a piece of gear, that was kind of like, and I was kind of like, I don't want to say I'm still like that, but at first, the first 6 months, I was like, I don't know if this was a smart buy. Was the 24 to 70, and it was just because I already had a 15 to 35, and I have a 70 to 200, and I was like, why did I need the in between? And it was when I was shooting weddings more, and so my only reason was that people hated the warp on some photos for the 15 to 35. So I was like, let me get this 24 to 70 just to keep people happy. But the first 6 months, because for literally most of my career, I was shooting on 15 to 35. The first 6 months, I was like, I don't know what to do with this lens. Like, it's like nothing felt natural to me. And like I had to figure out, like now I like it. It definitely has a more, even for photo, like cinematic feel to the photos because 24 millimeter is like, pretty sure that's a cinematic range.
yeah.
And so now I know how to use it for specific moments, but it's still the least used lens that I have.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought a new piece of gear other than these in 3 years now, I think.
Okay.
I've just been rocking with what I got.
Yeah,
like I got an
listen.
R5 and R6 and 3 good lenses. Like I'm like,
As long as it works, bro. That's all I
yeah.
keep
The only
telling
thing I buy
people.
now is like stands. I'm starting to
Yeah.
get more into like stands and lights and extra
Yeah.
things.
The light, honestly, like I tell people to invest in lighting before they invest in like a new camera.
Oh,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
If you got a good camera and a decent lens, just get more
Yeah,
lighting
just get more
and
lighting.
flash. If you're doing photos, get good flash and like
Yeah, and honestly, like even some of my corporate clients, when I shoot their headshots, I use
just
constant
steady light.
just steady light.
Yeah.
Because some of them are like, sometimes I'm shooting 40, 50 people, and I gotta bang it out all in one day.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's
So
easier to just use steady light.
just like, yo, steady light, make minor adjustments. I don't have to continue test the flash, make
Right.
sure it flat. Fucking plug it in and keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Especially corporates. I'm like, give me your money and get out of my face.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's but yeah, man, I'm not, like I said, I'm not married to the brand. Like I like the gear. I used to collect a lot of gear.
Yeah, me
But
too.
when I moved over from one office to another, I sold so much
Like, I
shit,
can't just
bro.
be carrying this shit around.
Yeah, like I'm just like, yo, I'm not bringing this to the other room. Like,
Yeah.
so I just started selling everything on Facebook Marketplace, and I started just like, okay, like now I literally sold all of this shit, and now I have enough money to buy this camera when it comes out. I don't have to fucking think about it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? From things that were just laying around.
I have like I was just talking to my girlfriend about this because I just said before we're moving in together next month, and like I obviously we're condensing everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta get rid of some shit. I have a closet full of bags. Just because they send you a bag with everything you buy, they're like,
Yep.
"Oh, here's a bag for the
Yep.
lens. But we'll
Yep.
also give you this free backpack because you bought, you spent $3,000." And it's like, so I probably have 15 just bags just in a
Yeah.
closet, and I'm like, I need to sell all of these for $5 and just get them out of my
Yeah,
face.
dude.
Like-
Yeah, dude, just get rid of it. So it's so much better just to like nice, clean, minimal. Like I made it a point to like not have really much in here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I
that
have
way-
my case that carries the shit I'm gonna use more than likely every day, and if I know I need something specific for a shoot,
Yeah.
it's in my office, and then I bring it. Like other than that, I'm not like traveling around every day with thinking about like what lens do I need, what don't I need. I'm just like it's all there. I know that this will get me through 90% of shoots that it's actually in my car right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a kind of a big case, but it's not like tremendous. It's somewhere in the middle range, but it's got wheels on it, and like I can carry it if I need
That's
to.
it.
And like, but having all the crazy gear all the time, like gimbals and all, I don't. You work on gimbals a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like handheld all the way. I'm
well,
like,
well I only use gimbals like when I absolutely have to now.
yeah,
So like, don't get me wrong. Like the last couple of years, like shit. I even sold my expensive gimbals, and like to the point where like I was like, you know what? I don't want to carry this shit anymore.
right. It's
I
annoying.
I literally bought the RS4 Mini, and I'm like, that's the only gimbal I have. Like
I need
it's
to get a
super
new one.
lightweight.
I have like the very first. I don't even remember what the brand is or what the name is. Like
the
with-
Ronin.
Yeah, it's a Ronin, but I don't remember which.
Yeah, I think it's just DJI Ronin.
Yeah, I think it's literally the very first one, and like that thing is like it needs probably an update would probably break that thing at this
Yeah.
point. Like,
Yeah, dude.
so I need to do the same thing, like get rid of that, sell it for however cheap, and then just get one of these new ones because the same thing with my drone. I have the Mavic 2 Pro. The front legs are broken now. I've gotten plenty of use out of that thing.
As long as you use it.
But now I need to get a new one, and I'm like, I need to kind of update like things like that. Like,
You're right.
if I'm gonna use a gimbal, just get one of the good ones, but like cheaper ones. I don't
Right.
need the top brand gimbal
Yeah.
if I'm using it not even once a month.
Absolutely. And like I've been sort of like you, I've been just handhelding a lot of things. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, it's in a way, it's for what I'm shooting, it's a lot better. But there are some cases where the gimbal is needed. You know what I mean?
The only
Like,
thing that I definitely need it for is I'm still shooting randomly doing real estate.
Okay.
So that would be the only case that I like absolutely need it. But even that, it's like not absolute because I don't technically have to walk from room to room. I've seen plenty of real estate things where they're just panning. Yeah, and I'm like, and I hate that, but like I
Yeah.
could get away with it if I needed to.
Right.
Like
And it works.
it works. Yeah.
Yeah, the panning, the real estate stuff is interesting just because like everybody's into like flashy videos,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
but
if you're just doing real estate, I could see why you would go like ham and like make
Oh,
it
yeah,
cinematic
100%.
and make it like these like. But I'm like, if you're doing real estate just to make a little extra cash on the side, and
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have the money because a lot of time real estate agents don't have it or don't want
Right.
to pay you
right.
what it's worth to get those flashy cool videos.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they're not paying for it.
no, they're not. And most real estate agents I know are like they're still only selling $300,000-$400,000 normal ass houses.
Yeah.
The people that are willing to pay you are the ones that are selling the $5 million home. That
Yep.
you know, unless you're shooting real estate every month, they're not going to hire you anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Yeah, absolutely.
they want a guy who's like literally that's all they do is like shoot
Yep.
houses.
Yep. Absolutely. We have a couple of guys around this area that are like honestly, I shoot real estate, but like I'll shoot it here and there.
Maybe I get one a month.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out.
Yeah, I don't even think I do that many a month. I don't even but during COVID, it was actually helpful because people were just like
Dumping houses.
they were
Yeah.
just buying houses, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, me too. I made probably a good amount of money
Yeah.
on real estate during that
What,
2
what-
years.
So what is what you said your favorite thing, or you would shoot like wildlife, but right now, what is like your favorite thing to shoot?
Like I said, I'm trying to get into the sports world. I had the UFC hookup, but I would really love to shoot football and basketball. Like if I
Okay.
could get myself even into like college sports, that'd be great.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my favorite yet because I haven't gotten into it. Like I just spent the last year thinking I really wanted to shoot food, and then
Yeah.
spent 6 months shooting for a food company, and I was like, it's
Yeah.
like making the content around it is cool because the specific company I've been working for, they cook everything over open fire. So that has been a lot of fun, just like working with them.
That is pretty cool.
But I don't really necessarily want to shoot food anymore. It took me 6 months, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I kind of love. Oops, I just turned these on. I think that because it falls in line with the wildlife thing, I'm gonna kind of go off track a little bit here, but like going back to manifesting, when I was a kid, I loved Discovery Channel and Animal Planet and all those things. And I always thought I wanted to be a zoologist. I thought I wanted to be a scientist. I thought I wanted to because I loved these shows.
That's awesome.
Turns out, now falling into place with what I'm doing now, which is making content and YouTube videos around this animal hospital, it's a 29,000 foot animal hospital. It's got 12 different specialties. I've seen everything from brain tumor removal, heart tumor removal.
Yeah. Cool.
I've seen them, take off the legs of an animal that was full of cancer. I'm realizing now, all those years as a kid I spent watching Animal Planet and Discovery, what I loved was the filming and the content around it. It wasn't called content then. It was, it was just a TV show.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing that, and I make Animal Planet styled videos. It's not films, but we make like YouTube videos, kind of like a vlog in the day
Okay.
of, in the life of, whatever. And then we record the surgery. They tell us, it's kind of like documentary style. They tell us how the surgery, like what they do during the surgery
Okay,
and all
so they're
that.
explaining what's happening.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, I would say that working within the veterinary space right now is probably my favorite thing to do because I get to take photos of like these cool ass surgeries or a
That's
cute
pretty
dog or people working, and
Right.
so I get that part to be creative and be a photographer, and then I'm creating content around these, life-saving, crazy surgeries that people are spending. I mean, crazy money on. I got to photograph the president. Okay, President Clinton came in. We saved his dog.
That's crazy.
Brendan Fraser brings his pets there. Rob Thomas brings his pets there. Like all these famous ass people in the Brewster, New York area, and yeah, so it's just like if I had to pick something, that would be my favorite thing that I know I'm doing regularly, that I'm shooting all the time. I don't really get a chance to do anything outside of that at the moment. I like doing Halloween shoots. They're fun. They're cool. I just did one with my girl.
The pumpkin one.
Yeah. And
awesome.
it's funny because that's where my portraits like really helped my career kind of take off. It was always around that time of year.
Really?
Because I would do like 10 to 15 Halloween shoots a month. Like in that month of like September to those 2 months of September, October,
Yeah.
I would just load up on portrait shoots. I don't know how now at this point I do 0 portraits, but like that's the thing that got me going, and now I like almost
we need
never
to set
do
this
them.
up at your friend's studio.
Yeah,
then.
for real.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I would say like outside of the shooting the animal hospital, my favorite thing to shoot is going to be portraits or landscape. I don't know if technically landscapes are not portraits, but
No, I mean, I started on landscape, so
yeah. I think most people do because they don't know what else to shoot.
Yeah.
I love street photography,
Yep.
but like I don't have I don't live in a space or in a place where street photography could be prevalent or really works, right? Like I have Beacon, which is where I basically live in New York, and it's a little city, but not enough that something's changing every day for me to go out and do street photography every day. Like not New York City street photography.
Yeah, it's different. Absolutely.
When I went to New Orleans, I loved that. It's like, it's busy. There's just nothing but weirdos and like artists and like, and like drunk people. And I'm like, hell
need to
yeah.
be photographed.
Yeah, I'm like, hell yeah. People are like, this is cool,
Hell
like,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't get to do it enough to say that it's like, that's probably close to I think it's culture is the answer. It's is the whole answer.
Yeah, that works. That works. That's great.
That's
pretty cool. So like you've been traveling quite a bit lately, I believe, right? Like
I went on 9 trips this year.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Good, bro. That's
4 of them were, I think it was 4. 3 or 4 were work trips.
Okay. And you obviously captured New Orleans, right? Like you said, like.
Well, that wasn't this year. That was a couple of years ago. That was a vacation. Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. So so how? And this is just a question I always have for people who have like a girlfriend or significant other or something like that.
Yeah.
What does your girlfriend think of like some of the things you shoot? And specifically, like, because I get a lot of comments, and this is where my question is coming from. I get a lot of comments about some of the girls I shoot.
I knew that's where this is going. Yeah.
My wife, if you met her, she doesn't give a single shit.
Yeah, I'm sure. You kind of like. I mean, if your marriage is doing well, I would assume. Yeah, like
we've been married for. How long?
You can't really date a photographer. Here's the thing: if you date a photographer, and he's already doing portraits, and that's already been his thing, and he has a clean record with not being a fucking weirdo, because that does happen in this space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I think you kind of have to accept like this is what you do.
Okay. Okay.
My girl don't care. She hasn't really had to worry about me shooting with other women because I hardly ever do it anymore.
Yeah.
I did start a lot of my career doing that. The people that I do like to shoot portraits with, she knows them. They're like
Beautiful.
They're like artists in the area. They're Beacon people, which is where she's from. So she knows them. So she's kind of like, I know what this is about. Like it's just creating art. It's just doing portraits, whatever.
Awesome.
She actually loves making content with me.
Okay.
So like the adventure videos we make and like the travel videos we make, she loves
that
part. So she doesn't really mind the camera kind of always being in her face, or me being like, hey, I want to stop and take this, shot of us in this space. Like, like when we went to Maine, I kept putting the camera down and like we would walk into frame together and, whatever. Stuff like that. She's all good with all that. Like,
awesome.
She doesn't, I would like to get her more involved, like maybe shooting more on her end, even if it's just on the phone. I use her camera a lot of times because it's a Fujifilm. And the only reason I use it is because she doesn't. So I definitely would like to see her get more into it.
But she has a camera.
She has one.
That's awesome.
Well, she bought it with the intention of learning to use it.
Okay.
And then just was like, I just want to enjoy myself on vacation. I don't really care to do all this. Yeah. And
capture this stuff.
Right now she's got me, so she's like, you're good. You do it. So. But I would never force her to be more interested than she is. Like if she wants to learn one day, she'll ask, and if not, it's no big deal. She gets to kind of reap the benefits. But I think it is important when you're single, if you're looking to date, to make sure you're going to date somebody who's okay with what you're doing, because you can meet somebody who's like so great and they're beautiful and they're all these things that you want, and then they don't want you shooting portraits anymore because they have insecurities, which that's fine to have, but that is what it is. It's an insecurity, or you don't trust. You have a little bit of trust issue. And if the person made you have those trust issues, that's on them. But if you just stepped into a space where you're like, I want to date this photographer, but I don't like that he shoots with girls for 50% of his business, I'm like, maybe that's not the person for you then.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, business is business. And in
right,
most cases, business is business. Like you said, there are creeps out there.
There are. And I am, anytime I see somebody who's like, I'm new to the space, and like, I'm new to the space, looking for girls to shoot boudoir, I'm like, no. It's fucking no, dude.
And why put yourself in that position?
It's awkward. There's no reason to start in boudoir. Right. I'm gonna get a lot of slack for that. I'm just like, we see what you're doing, dude. Like you're trying to make it an easy connection, so that you could be like, creep in there.
Right.
You know, like if you want to start with portraits, normal ass portraits.
Yeah.
I just don't even see how you even get to the point of shooting boudoir unless there's like this small 5% room in my brain where maybe you like come from a porn industry or something.
Something like that, yeah,
where you're
maybe.
already in that space, or
Right.
I just can't see a reason why you would start in boudoir outside
Yeah.
of wanting to see women
Well,
half naked.
it's honestly.
If you're a man, I had to clear that up. Like, if
Yeah,
you're a
but
man.
I honestly don't think it's because of their being creepy to that sense.
Yeah.
I think it's more, and don't get me wrong, there are cases where like I actually know photographers that like got caught up in bullshit.
It happens
That,
a lot.
like, because
Yeah.
like you know like they I don't know, like I don't know the exact situations, but they're like the girl felt uncomfortable.
And that's all that
But-
that's all that really has to be said in my mind. It's like
Yeah, but honestly, I think photographers should get into like those type of things just because they could grow their socials faster,
that is a fair point.
which
also.
is bullshit. Which
Yeah,
to
but
me
then
is
you're
bullshit.
growing your social in that space.
In that space.
And nobody cares what else you're doing.
Right,
So
right,
and
exactly.
and 8 times out of 10, if you're a male photographer doing boudoir, it doesn't even matter if the photo's good.
Right.
It almost only matters how good the girl looks.
Right.
Like the photo could kind of be trash, but if the girl's hot, people are gonna like it.
Doesn't matter.
Right. So how do you
Yeah.
even know if they're liking
doing
the
a good
model
job.
or right, if they're like the model, if they're like
Right.
your photo. So I think it's way more challenging because you could still get that same response and people to interact with just a normal portrait.
Right.
People still like beautiful women at the end of the day,
Yeah.
whether she's naked or not.
Not, right, right.
So why not take the challenge of being like, let me make this girl look beautiful and look
Right.
sexy and feel sexy and you know whatever her purpose for needing these photos is for, let me help her
Exactly.
get that story across. Then just be like, yeah, she's it's in lingerie or half
Right.
naked and like
You're
there's
gonna
also
get the likes regardless. But I think overall, like I think it was big, like when social started.
right because more people needed those portraits to like
Well, not just needed, but like they wanted those portraits to like build themselves up.
right yeah.
Now I don't think it gives. I don't think. it
No,
matters.
portraits are like not really a thing anymore. Like I don't even get asked
Well,
for
boudoir
them as
boudoir
much.
portraits specifically.
Oh, yeah,
that,
yeah,
That
yeah.
I think is just like that's. I'm not gonna say it's dead. I'm saying it's like it's not capturing like because you could still grow a following with it, but nothing's gonna come. Not much is gonna come out of it. Like I
No,
don't.
and people will catch on if your photos are not good or the experience was weird or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll take 10 sessions before people start telling everybody like
Absolutely.
it was weird. He was creepy or
Yeah.
the photos weren't that good or
Yep.
whatever. It's like just learn to take a good photo, do it in a space where everybody's comfortable, and just like get better at your craft rather than relying on the person who's in the photo.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
be good looking or
Absolutely.
whatever,
Like, don't get me wrong, I like shooting with experienced models, right?
too.
It
I prefer that.
It definitely makes my job a lot easier.
That's kind of why I stopped doing portraits, is because a lot of people who were not already experienced were asking me and just expecting that I would bring the energy and bring
Right.
and turn them into a supermodel. And I'm like,
Right.
if you don't, I think we both commented on this thing the other day, the girl that posted, like, if you're not going to bring the energy to your shoot, then don't
Yeah.
hire me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel. And there
Yeah.
are a million people out there who will get you out of that comfort zone and know how to pose
Mm-hmm.
you in a way, even if you're inexperienced. But I'm like, I don't want my job to have to be your job. I want to show up with my camera,
Right.
do what I'm supposed to be doing. And yeah, I'll guide you through
Yeah,
what I
absolutely.
think works. And like, but if you don't come with the energy and like,
Yep.
a lot of times when I was doing portrait sessions, the first thing I would say was like, whatever you wanted this to look like, I need you to give me that in photos. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to be
good way to go
sexy and
about
feel
it.
sexy,
Yep.
then you know that when you take a selfie and you're feeling sexy, I'm like, that's what I need from you
Yep.
here. Or like, or even with guys, like when I do photo shoots with guys, I'm like, you want to look strong, you want to look masculine, you want to look whatever it is.
Yep.
That's the energy you need to bring.
Yep.
You can't just show up and expect me to be like, this is how you do this.
Right.
Like, and especially as a guy,
Yeah.
if I'm shooting with a girl, how am I supposed to tell you how to be sexy? Like, like
I don't know.
Like I could do the poses, you know what I mean? I could do the poses, but I can't portray what you can portray as a
Yeah,
woman,
absolutely.
So
No, it's so much better when they're experienced and like don't get me wrong, like I've shot with inexperienced models before and like
and it works.
you see
can
well,
work.
you know what it is? They have to be very, very open-minded.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you see something that like would look good, and in their mind they don't think it looks good,
Right.
but they still do it anyway.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the open-mindedness because don't get me wrong. Like sometimes we put like some of the models in like weird poses, right? They look great on camera, but
Right.
they feel weird doing them.
Right. Yeah.
Which like you just have to convince them like this is gonna look great.
Yeah. I also think, it's a matter of as a model, depending on how far you're trying to take this shoot. If you're trying to go like super sexy, why not just shoot with a girl? Why not just shoot with a woman photographer? Like who's gonna immediately that comfort level is gonna be there. You know what I mean? And I get it if you like somebody's style, but
yes and no.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't just because I don't know if like because they're in the same sex means they're gonna be more comfortable. Just because like I think it's more has to do with style, right? And it has to do with
your level of professionalism as a
not
creator.
just your level, but also like how you communicate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could shoot with a girl could shoot with a girl, but like if she's not communicating what she wants you to do, like
Right, yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter.
That's true.
And and the only reason I'm saying this is just like because I get that a lot when I'm shooting with people in general, right? I get that like I'm very well. So actually, a review I just got on Girls 316 I was shooting.
Nice.
The mom wrote that like I was very well mannered, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, have you seen the rest of this man's content? It's like every other word is like, fuck you.
She has, but like when it comes to that, it's like
you got to change how you're approaching people.
Switches on and off.
Right. Yeah.
Especially you're dealing with like a kid.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Especially that too.
You know what I mean?
You have to kind of
Tone it down
a little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I do. You know what I mean? Like I definitely can. I'm a chameleon when it comes to my audience for sure.
Yeah, I think I struggle with that a little, and that's why I did one Sweet 16, and I was like, I'll never do this again.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I never. After that, I was like, I'm done doing these, and I
hate to say it, but like I'm gonna say it because my oldest is 12 years old. Teenagers nowadays suck.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Like,
and they know the social media space.
Right.
So they're like, I want to do this trend. I want to do this thing. I want to look like this person. And it's like before, even like 10 years ago, you probably could have gotten away with just doing whatever. They would have never known the difference.
Absolutely.
Now they know what all their peers are doing at their Sweet 16s and like, what kind of photos they're getting. And they're like, I want them to be this good. And you're like, oh, time out, little girl. Like,
relax.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, man. It's I don't know, man. Like it's a weird industry. Well, it's a weird space with like portraits stuff like that here and there, like depending on the situation. But like my favorite type of portraits to shoot is like not having a plan whatsoever. Like I don't want a studio plan. I don't want anything. I just want to go out and like capture this person in their element.
I do prefer to be in a more natural setting. Like that's why I like doing behind the scenes is kind of what my whole business is around. Is like just shooting you doing the thing you do. Like not making you look this way. I always say I'm like marketing and advertising is telling you or telling your client what you want them to believe about your brand. Content is showing them what you do and what what your brand has to offer.
I love that.
Because content should technically keep it real. Like it shouldn't be me selling you the idea of how good I am. I should just be able to tell you how good I am or show you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I've approached that with all of my clients and I tell them right off the bat, like we're not going to tell your clients or your potential clients that you're this good with X, Y, and Z. We're going to show them by showing them the work you do, showing like specifically even with the animal hospital, like we've gotten reviews. We've had people tell our people at the front desk, like, I only came here because I saw the video you did where you saved that dog's life. And I saw how the surgery was done. And I saw how your staff treated the dog and like all that. And they were like, we came here specifically because of that. Like, so, awesome. I mean, that hospital they have their reputation anyway already, but the content helps to prove to people they are as good as they say they are.
Right.
So that's always my thing is like, let's do as the most natural way that we can do this, like so that people believe what you're telling them, not just like, it's like Coca-Cola.
I love how you put that.
It's like Coca-Cola tells you 100. That's why, like, I think it's funny. let's start with the Coca-Cola thing. It's like they'll tell you they're the best, but Pepsi tells you they're the best. It's like, who do you believe?
Right.
Like, I'm gonna believe based on what I actually know about the brand, not by just what you're telling me.
Yeah.
And that's why buying things online is crazy to me. I mean, I do it, but like certain things, I'm like, how do you know it's the best when everybody's telling you they're the best?
Right.
And nobody's actually showing you. Like, they're just like, our product's the best because we say so. Because like, anyway, that's how I feel about content versus marketing and my approach to everything.
No, I like that just because with BTS and like behind the scenes, like people appreciate those.
You kind of can't fake it.
Yeah. People, like even with your UFC fighter that you were filming, right? Like that. It's not behind the scenes, but maybe more of a vlogging style type of thing.
Yeah, it was a vlog,
right?
Yeah.
So like, I'm sure that content came out. I'll actually have to go sit down and watch it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that content came out fire just because like this is a real person doing a real thing,
Right.
and it's not pushed out to you because I'm trying to sell you something.
Right. Yeah.
It's more educational.
I like the idea of humanizing the client, especially with a thing like that with like the UFC fighter, right? Like people are just seeing her fight and they base everything they know of her about her fight and her interviews. So it's like she is absolutely a great girl. She's young. She's 25, so she's coming up, and it's like going to be a huge deal for her in next few years. She's going to be like the next big thing, or so everybody has been telling me, and the entire industry is saying. And she's such a good, like humble person.
That's great.
And talented and all these things. And she's funny. She, like I said, she's friends with my family, but I never spent like direct time with her.
Okay.
And I spent that whole day with her, and I was like, "You are hilarious!" Like,
Awesome.
And that's the side that will sell her more as a brand, rather
Right.
than just her fighting. Like, yeah, people are gonna love you because you're a great fighter, but what if people also loved you because you're a great human? You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of approach everything that way. Even in the animal hospital, the doctors, everybody are like, they're great doctors, they're great surgeons, they're great neurologists, they're all these things. I'm like, cool. Then I show. Like I do like a lot of mic'd up. Like, how they do that in football games?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was literally watching a football game one day, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we like mic'd up the staff while they were working, or like a doctor while they're doing surgery, or like.
Hell yeah.
So I started doing that, and people love it. They go crazy because they're like, I get to see a part of this doctor that I would not normally get to see, and I get to connect with them as a human.
That's awesome.
As opposed to
That's a
client
great
to
idea.
professional, Like,
yeah.
So that's like the biggest things I offer are like making you look like a human and not just a professional.
Shit, I might use that mic'd up thing myself.
Dude, do it. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this on record. Okay, in the veterinary space, I think I opened them up to the entire veterinary industry to making real content, and I've heard it a few times without people knowing that it was me that makes the content at this animal hospital. Anytime we go to like conventions where like all the hospitals are there and like all the big name brands and all that, we've had people come to our table and be like, your content changed the industry, blah blah blah, and I'm like just standing over here to the side like, sick.
Hell
Like,
yeah,
like, and the mic'd up thing, people weren't doing that before. It's all over the veterinary industry now.
That's
like
awesome.
because I had this one girl that I was doing with it, she was like, every video was going over 100,000 views. They just thought she was funny, she was great with the animals, like, and I see it like multiple hospitals all do it now, and I'm like, it gives me pride, but I'm also like, you son of a bitch, like, took my idea, but like
patenting this shit.
Yeah, but that's how it goes in this space.
Right,
Like people are I copy things that I see from other people, and it's like it's not really a copy. I'm taking inspo from. Yeah, I'm like, that was a good idea. Let me twist this and make it my own little version of it. So please go right ahead and offer that.
Yeah, no, you know what? Because I have clients like a dentist and like oral surgery, stuff like that. Like, it's a little bit tough to sort of think outside the box of what type of content they want.
Because there's a lot of
red tape around it.
Yeah.
Even you know what? Even like the financial industry, right? Like
they don't want to talk about numbers.
Financial advisors, like they could talk about certain things, but if they're licensed with insurance, they can't talk about certain other things, like all this bullshit. But it's good to hear that, like, coming out of the space, like coming out of a different space, like you're doing something different, which is great.
Yeah. You just gotta find the client that's willing to let you do it. That's like, fuck it, let's break the rules, because that's what happened when I went to the veterinary hospital. Is I was like, let's show people surgeries. Let's show people what's really happening. Let's give them an explanation of what's happening
Right.
so they feel better about it. Even though, sometimes it is a full chest open in a video, like heart beating, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But I could understand how somebody would be like, that's gross or crazy
Of
to
course.
view, But if you look at it from the science point of view of like, wow, they're saving this animal and this is how they did it, that's where people are like, holy shit, like I can't believe that this is.
Yeah, it's educational.
And I was like,
valuable,
and I was like, let's, again with the mic'd up thing, I was like, let's show real conversations people are having and real moments where a dog pees on a tech and like they're like fuck, like I'm like that shit is great because people can relate to real life situations really happening. Absolutely. And if the client can't, the people in the industry will.
Right.
Like I just got a post that went 9 million views the other day.
Shit.
It was a 10-second video around a dog taking a giant shit. Like
I have to check that
because,
out.
Dude, first of all, I didn't even take the video. A tech took the video, and they just thought it was hilarious. It was this Great Dane, I guess, was sick or whatever, took like the biggest shit they had ever seen, and they're like trying to pick it up, and it's heavy, and like as she's picking it up, it just like falls out of the fucking bed, and so they just start like cracking up laughing. It's literally I think maybe a 12-second video. They're cracking up laughing the entire time, and all I did was put over the caption. Like I put in quotes, like it might have been like, "Oh, you work in a veterinary hospital? You must get to play with puppies and kittens all day." And then underneath, I put people in vet med, and like with like the colon, and then like underneath it's just the video. And so, sure, clients might not be able to fully relate to that, but everybody in the industry can.
Yeah.
So it got 9 million views because the people who know, like
they were dying too.
so right, yeah. So it's like like showing people real shit is what works on social media now. Like, not just selling the idea that you're great. Yeah, sure, we still kind of do like the marketing end of things.
Of course.
Whatever. I don't even handle that part. They have a team that handles like real marketing, but I run all the content essentially.
That's awesome.
But
now, do you film it, you edit, you post it?
I do the same as you. Like I wear all the hats. So
I actually don't post it.
You don't post?
I don't post. I have one client I post for, but I don't have. So they're a pest control company, but they all have Ray-Ban meta glasses.
Oh, sick!
So all the text there. So like whatever they do, they just kind of
they send it to you.
Send
you
it
edit?
to me. I edit it. I post it. That's the only client I post for.
Yeah, I have the animal hospital, and then one of the doctors within the animal hospital. He's kind of separately contracted. Like he only comes there 2 days a week, and he travels up and down the East Coast to like 10 different hospitals.
Okay.
I shoot his content, which is the cardiologist I told you about. I shoot for him, and I post maybe 1 day a week. Okay. He's got a VA, a virtual assistant, who runs all his like YouTube stuff.
Awesome.
He's willing basically to pay me to post more. We just haven't needed to because 1 or 2 a week has been working, and it's fine for him.
Great.
With the animal hospital, I'm there 12 days a month for 4 hours at a time. Sometimes it's more, depending if I get stuck in a surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, they take such good care of me, and like they don't bust my balls.
Cares?
I'm like, if I got to spend 2-3 extra hours here, like it is what it is. Like, yeah, like
Bro,
like
I hate. I've made videos about this before. I hate when content creators or videographers or photographers nickel and dime.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, bro, come on.
I almost get it for a wedding, unless it's like, there's been plenty of times where the end of the day is coming and they're like, oh, we just want to do this one more photo in front of the food truck outside, right? You're about to leave. It's 9-10 o'clock. I'm like, we'll spend a half hour doing that. That's fine. I'm not going to be like, nope, we're cut off. It's 9 o'clock. Like, or you owe me an extra $1,000. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I think it depends on the situation, but like the animal hospital is my very first client. Mm-hmm. They have afforded me my entire life. Awesome. Because without them, I would not be in the situation I'm in. They have made it so that I can be picky with clients.
Amazing.
They don't pay me I'm not making $100,000 a year with them.
Yeah.
But they pay me enough that I can pay all my bills, and they don't bust my balls about anything. Literally,
that's amazing.
They ask very little as far as like they just kind of trust me to make content. But every once in a while, they'll be like right now I'll be making like a recruitment video for them.
Okay.
They ask me to come to conventions and make content at conventions, and like, why am I going to say no? Like, and it's not like I use the days when they ask me to go to conventions.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're like, you have to be here Monday through Friday or whatever. It's usually like Tuesday, Wednesday every week. And then the random days they need me to like come to a marketing meeting or come to a convention for 2 days or whatever. I'm like, I just use the days I charge them for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's just such a good setup. And then
That's
plus
great,
one
bro.
of the doctors within the hospital also pays me. So it's like 90% of my money comes from one place essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can pick and choose where I want to make money or not.
Okay.
Right now I'm in a little bit of a lull on purpose because I'm trying to rediscover what I want to do. But yeah, if you could find, I mean, not you specifically, but anybody, but also for you, if like you could find a client that's like them and you're a content creator where, you know, you work 10 days a month or 8 days a month or 12, whatever it is you decide, and they pay you enough to have basically it's basically like having a part-time job making a full-time living. Mm-hmm. And if you could find that as a content creator and then leave yourself enough space to make your own content and do the thing you actually want to do, it's like,
that's a fucking win-win.
it's a win, yeah, for everybody.
Wow.
And I took them from 0 to now we just grew an extra 3,000 followers because of the big post. But I just took them from 0 to, you know, they're at 26,000 followers now. It did take 5 years to get to that.
Doesn't matter,
But the space didn't have anything. There wasn't a thing before, you know, like, so, but yeah, they're happy. I'm happy. It's a good situation for everybody.
That's it. Yeah, no, that's the most important thing. Everybody's fucking happy.
Yeah. At the end of the day, as long as you're getting paid and everybody's happy, like.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what it is? I mean, everybody's still like, and I hate to say it because I sound, like I said, so cliche to everybody else, that like everybody's always looking for like I need this many fucking followers this fast to make this amount of money, and I'm like, that's not how the shit works.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like.
I know people who have 20, 30, 40,000 followers and make zero money.
Right.
I'm like, because they put all their eggs into content, and it's like maybe it'll pay off eventually, but it's like you need to make something right now.
Right. I need to live.
Yeah, like,
you know, like that's.
Or you know, they're like people like that, and they're like, you know, I can't get out of my 9 to 5, and I'm like, that's crazy. You have like X amount of followers. Like, how are you not using that to your advantage? Like,
yep.
And some of the time the answer is because they bought those followers.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Well, you know
like,
what? It's also like, yeah, the buying of the followers and bullshit. Like, dude, right now, like I think we talked about this. Like, my follower, I'm at 22K, right? I don't even know.
You're like, there's been no change in my business.
I don't know if I'm gaining followers on how many I'm gaining on a weekly basis, how many I'm losing on a weekly basis. I just don't look at it.
Yeah.
Because like that's not my priority.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Posting, yes, is my priority, just to keep myself relevant, put myself out there. To be honest, it keeps me sharp as well. Using the camera all the time
keeps you up with trends. Keeps you
right.
like, yeah, because that's another thing in our industry is like, for me anyway. I'm like, the reason I quit weddings 2 years ago is because I was like, I'm gonna age out of this.
So you quit?
I haven't done weddings in 2 years.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
I might pop back in next year.
Okay.
It depends. I told my girl too. I was like, if you see me pop back into weddings, you just know something big's probably coming. Yeah.
Hey, listen, be honest, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I have an opportunity with this catering company that I was talking about before, where their clients are like, I don't even know if I'm sure it'll be fine. But one of the clients, I don't know if you just saw, I went to Colorado.
Yeah.
So that was shooting with the catering company.
Okay.
When I got there, the wedding planner put the kibosh on me shooting. And she was like, you can't be seen with a camera anywhere at this wedding. She was like, the people who are here to be hired with cameras, those are the only people allowed with cameras here. And it's because it was for the Ford family.
Oh, shit.
Like the inventor of the car, Ford. Yeah, and I didn't know that until I got there.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously I was pissed. I'm like, they paid for me to be here. They flew me and my girl out here. Like, yeah, so, like, he was like, what am I going to do? Like, you're here. Like, so I just worked on the team. My girl was working on the catering team because she works in restaurants. And
yeah,
so,
I did see that. I did see that, yeah.
So I just hopped behind the line, and I was just helping on the food side.
Okay.
He paid me, like, a little tip, basically, for working with the team. But, like, so that's just to give you an idea of how big their clients are. Like, they're, like, very high-end. The wedding was some crazy number, like almost $1 million.
That's fucking dumb.
And it was their third wedding. So, yeah, because they have family in different parts of the United States, so they had 3 different weddings.
Holy shit.
But anyway, so that's their level of client. And he was basically like, how do you feel about shooting weddings? Like under, like it would still be your product, your contract, you'd be in control of everything, but it would be under our name. Because they essentially, what they want to do is they want to end up being the caterer, the tent provider, the DJ, to have the DJ.
Yeah.
They want to have everything under one house.
Yep.
And just charge you fucking $500,000. I mean, I don't know if it's that much, but you know what I'm saying. Like they want to charge one huge price and have everybody in house. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, but like, I'm like, how do I charge? And he was like, I'll just throw a number at you. How about 15 grand? And I was like, I might have to do weddings if you're going to throw it.
Each wedding?
Yeah. And I'm like, you're going to throw a number like that at me. I could put together like a great team of people and like, you know, and kill it.
I'm down.
Yeah. That's, no, it's funny because I had you and like two other videographers in mind. And like, because he was like, I still want you to shoot content for us, but shoot the wedding.
Of course.
And I was like, well, I can only do that with a team. Like I can't do all that shit. So I already had people in mind or whatever.
That's so funny. That's awesome.
So if I'm gonna get back into weddings, like that's the only way. Yeah. It's like you're gonna pay me some dumb number to like put a team of people together who can make the day as easy as possible. And
100%.
But this part of me misses weddings. But it's just like to me, I got to a point where I was like, and this isn't like I'm not saying anybody else should quit weddings for this. I was shooting, 3 to 4 days out of the weekday. And then 1 or 2 days on the weekend. Yeah. And for me, the last year I was just second shooting while the cash flow is great and like having that steady, cash income is great. Even when I was doing my own weddings, getting $5,000 or whatever, $6,000, my highest package was $6,000. Getting that money wasn't really worth it because it was usually spread out. Yeah. And it's like, so by the time the day came, I felt like I was working for free. I didn't technically have any of that money, and I'm paying people to work for me that day. Right. And I'm like, so I got to a point where I was just like, this almost doesn't feel worth it unless I'm going to do 30 weddings a year, And I was like, there's no fucking chance I'm doing that. I was doing like, even at my most, I was doing 10 a year on the side. Okay. And like, so it was like, maybe I was making 30, 40 grand a year, and that was great. And it took a big hit when I quit. Like it hurt that first 6 to 8 months. Yeah. But then I fell into something else. Yeah, that's it. Just like, and it made it work. Like, yeah. So
again, you manifested it.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to do this work anymore. I want to do something else. Right. And it fell into place because I put the right, I made the right steps to like get me into that.
So one of my videographers that I shoot with, I either shoot video for the wedding or content for the wedding. Lorenzo Media is fucking awesome. I'll send you his page after.
I might follow that. Already.
Yeah, he's great cinematographer for weddings. I honestly think the best one in New Jersey.
Yeah,
right.
Wow.
Like hands down.
Like very film-esque looking. Like
yes, very cinematic footage. Very well. Everything is very well developed. The process is done beautifully. Right. Everything is very just on point.
Which is just as important when you're hiring a wedding vendor 100%. As the product, because you could be an incredible photographer or an incredible videographer and not know how to make the day run smoothly. Right. And that is a huge part of, I think, that industry's problem. Whenever people ask me for references now, I'm like, even if you don't use mine, promise me that you're going to pick somebody who they make the day and the itinerary as seamless as possible, because it's not going to matter how good the product is if your day feels like it ran like shit.
Absolutely.
Like
100%.
And more than likely, if the day ran like shit, the product is not going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely, because then everything's rushed.
Right. Yeah.
So I shoot with him specifically, and he actually shot a video. I met this dude maybe 10 years ago. He shot one of the first weddings that I shot. I happened to be a second shooter for this wedding, and he was there, and we just happened to live fucking 20 minutes apart from each other. Yeah. And we were out in Pennsylvania shooting, so like it's crazy, but him and I go through tactics of like, all right, social wise, this is what you should be doing, and he was like, I was like, how do I get the fucking client base that you're getting? Yeah. Because when I tell you, him alone probably shooting about 50 weddings a year.
Damn. That's too many.
His company is shooting about 250 weddings a year.
So he's got teams of people.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's bro, it is, and the process that they have dialed in. I don't even know where the fuck I was going with this, but like it's so dialed in, it's ridiculous. And I tell this client the same thing. I'm like, listen, even if you don't shoot with me, get somebody that's going to get this shit down, the timeline down, everything down, because you're fucked if it doesn't.
A good friend of mine just asked me recently. She just got engaged, and she was like, I think she sent me somebody or whatever, and she was like, yeah, they just said like, they keep it casual and they just kind of go with the flow of the day. And I was like, don't hire that person.
Yeah, no.
I was like that. I was like, that person, the reason they go with the flow, going with the flow on like a portrait shoot is a different thing. But like your wedding day, I'm like, that person says they go with the flow because they don't know how to set up a wedding day.
Absolutely.
They don't have enough experience to say, I know this happens at this time. I know we're doing this at this time. We have to do the family portraits in this amount of time with this amount of people. Like, because if you're just like, you have to have a plan for a wedding. There's no way you can, like, do you wake up and, maybe some people do. I'm like, most of the time you wake up with a little bit of plan of how your day is going to go. Like, why wouldn't a wedding day go the same way?
Absolutely.
Like.
Actually, it should go.
Right, yeah.
like you should be prioritizing that.
Right. So, I'm like, there's too many people faking it, which is great. But a lot of the times, my problem with the people faking it is that they're charging the same amount as the people who are highly professional and know exactly what they're doing. Like, there's people out there charging $5,000. It's their first 6 months in weddings, and I'm like, they're like, because I know my worth. I'm like, I don't think you do. And here's the thing: is I'm not saying you're worth nothing,
right?
But you think you're worth the same amount as somebody who's been doing this for, even if it's 2 more years than you.
Yeah.
Like that person knows how the full day is actually going to go. They probably have had a few wedding day problems happen where they had to work through them. Like you've done 3 weddings and you're like, yeah, I'm worth $5,000. No, the fuck you're not.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
And
because that's what they look at the market, right? They look at the market and they Google
what should I be worth?
The 3 best photographers in fucking Middlesex, Monmouth County, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? And then they look at their pricing and they're like, oh,
I could charge that.
I could charge that too. And I'm like, the fuck you can.
Yeah, It's just
like, it's crazy.
I think knowing your worth, it comes down to like, knowing your worth is not about you getting down on yourself and being like, I'm not a good enough artist or I'm not a good enough business owner. It's like, it's more about knowing what the market value of what you're providing is. So like, if you're still looking at most industry people as like their photos are incredible and I need to get to that level, then you shouldn't be charging as much as they are. If you still think you're at a level that is not at the people that you inspire to be like, then how can you charge the same? It's like, well, that's what my time is worth. It's like, who says? Like, the market gets to decide that. Or on the flip end is like, oh, I charge $5,000, but nobody's hiring me. That says everything you need to know.
Exactly.
You're not worth that yet.
Exactly.
Like, and it doesn't mean you're worth nothing. Again, maybe you're worth half as much.
Right.
Which is, by the way, if you just started,
that's great.
That's
fucking great.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
My first wedding I did for $500. Which is very low.
Yes.
But like, it was literally my first wedding. The couple was like dead broke. They did it in like the back of a restaurant. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm going to charge them $5,000. Like
exactly.
Or even at the time, this is going back 8 years ago. Like, even if I charged $2,500, that would have been way too much.
Yeah.
I didn't know
the reality
what the fuck
of
I was doing.
Yeah. The reality of pricing, bro, is like, it's like people don't. Common sense is not common.
They don't want to admit to themselves that maybe they're not as worth as much as they are.
I say common sense is not common all the time, right? And that's because like it's not just understanding your worth, but also like look at the entire situation, not just like, okay, wedding, $5,000 right off the bat. Look at the entire situation. I do custom packages all the fucking time.
Right.
I literally just before you got here, I got on the phone. This lady's booking me for a wedding, like very last minute. It's in January. It's in Long Island. She's like, Simon, I want candid shots the whole time. This is my husband. This is my future husband and I's second wedding. We both have kids.
Yeah, we don't want to do all the
Our
bullshit.
Fucking parents are dead. We don't care. We just want to have a good time, have a party.
Are you doing any portraits of them at all?
I told them, I was like, I would like to get some portraits of you. We could fit it in within your timeline.
10, 20-minute session. Like,
that's it.
Yeah, just so they have something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. She was like, he doesn't want photographs taken
I knew it.
prior.
The husband's always like, no, thank you, I'm good.
Prior ahead, she's like, I would like some portraits of me in my wedding dress alone. Like
Obviously, yeah.
I was like,
makes
great,
sense. Yeah.
no problem. Bro, easy fucking day. I literally told her, I was like, this does not fit into any of my standard packages. We'll come up with a custom package. I will send you the details later on tonight. Let me know if it works with you.
Right, yeah.
Done,
right.
bro. Like, I'm not like...
A candid date it's probably sick at a
yeah,
wedding.
dude. It's like
if you're not doing family photos, if you're not doing bridal party photos, and you're just doing like a quick
She's like, I
portrait
want
session.
pictures of me, him, and her kids. That's it.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've actually been trying to figure out a way, if I'm going to go into weddings, like how can I do it so niche that I'm almost like a third party. Like I might offer my friend Nina, who I know is like constantly doing weddings, I want to do an entire wedding in black and white. But there's no way I could do that as the lead photo because people want color. Like so I'm like, I'm like, maybe people will hire a third photographer to literally just create black and white photos all day and like drop them day of. You know what I mean? Like, or something like that.
Same day edits?
Right. Yeah. Just like something quick. You get 100 photos. I don't, I come for the ceremony and the reception and like, we don't do family photos and all that bullshit. I'd like have, but in my mind, I'm almost like, who's going to pay for that? And it's only going to be the high-end clients. So
no, I mean, listen, like it's actually interesting. That's interesting because sometimes I get weddings where like I need a third photographer, but they're not necessarily looking for something that specific.
Yeah, right.
So
that's what I mean. You would have to be the type of person like that's what you wanted, like, or like.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, maybe not. Maybe people don't know what they want. Maybe
that
like
too, yeah.
Maybe for one of my weddings, I'll like. I mean, if you're willing.
Put it out there. Yeah, just put it out there. Yeah.
If you're willing, you know what I mean? Like, some mine are like
because here's the
pretty
thing.
far away from you. That's the only
dude, but I've done the entire East Coast.
Okay.
I've gone from all the way up to like, is Rhode Island up? Maine is up?
Yeah, or like
I've
actually never been to Rhode Island, but
Maine
is up. Yes.
I've gone all the way to like Maine, New Hampshire, all those states, and gone all the way down to Florida for weddings.
Okay.
I have no problem traveling.
Yeah.
I just had a price to it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
same.
But yeah, if you want to put it out there for people, like I still haven't like worked out the kinks of it, but like that would be the best way for me to figure out what I want to offer is like just to go do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would even charge yet, but like that was in my brain. That was the only way I was really going to get into weddings was either, like I said, that big price ticket or doing something so niche that they're not reliant on me to provide their full day photos.
Gotcha.
They just want this specific thing, like.
So what I'm actually offering in January, and I've tested it out in a couple of places, like a couple of events, and I actually am doing another one in December, are portraits of the guests, black and white only. Black and white only, right?
Yeah.
Not a photo booth style. Like I am physically there shooting them. We have like one table, right? It's like a cocktail table. You could bring a drink. You can snuggle up on your fucking date. Whatever,
really
take a really quick portrait, right? And you get it instantly on your phone. Or actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna offer printouts yet. But like, if it is printed, it'd be printed in like a fucking like 8x10, not like a 4x6 or something like that.
Right. But it's like you're taking a step up from doing a photo booth.
Right. I'm actually just taking the portrait of you.
Yeah.
Right. And then like you get to pick your 3 best ones.
I've seen photo booths that were like little studios.
Yeah.
Instead of like just they place the thing down with a black background and you like get a bunch of props. I've seen them like set up a couch out, and it's those little camper vans, and they turn the camper van into like a little thing, and like that was cool. But I'm like, that's in a big investment. Then you're like, it has to work because you're spending like X amount of money.
Yeah. So like mine is like what I'm talking about is a simple white backdrop, like, and I'm taking it in black and white. You literally don't have any other option.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm physically taking.
I think mine would be more along the lines of the whole day is candid, and like in camera, I would shoot in black and white, not just edit in black and white. Yeah. And like maybe I get some film lenses or something just to give it a little
flair,
or something different.
Do you shoot film at all?
I don't shoot film at all. I started on film. like when I was like 17, 18.
What do you think about the trend now, like shooting on film?
I think it makes sense. I think people are tired of things looking so digital.
Yeah.
The nostalgic things always come back. I mean, everybody's dressing like they're in the 90s now again. So it's like,
I dressed, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like how everybody made fun of us for dressing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
Exactly.
So I think trends definitely come back, and I think it makes sense to have the film thing. But again, I'm like, if you're a lead photographer, right, and there's a lot of weddings where they offer now, like, we'll bring a film camera, and I'm like, it kind of adds to the amount of work you have to do. So why not just hire a third photographer to just shoot the film? Which the company I used to work for a lot and second shoot for a lot, they sometimes will bring somebody on as a third just to do film all day.
Okay. Because a lot of people don't know how to shoot.
That's the other side of it. And then, like, if you're just offering it and you haven't practiced shooting film in years, like, I'm like, that could go terribly wrong. Like, if you're charging an extra $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is,
you
better make sure those photos are good. Yeah.
Or you're gonna give a refund really quickly.
Yeah, because
like I have a film camera, like my Canon film camera is right there.
Yeah.
I got that. My sister-in-law, it's right up there.
Oh,
My sister-in-law let me borrow it. Right. I haven't fucking touched it yet. Just because, like, dude, like, I was like,
you're like, I'm gonna waste at least 5 rolls of film.
I mean, that whole pack behind it, it's going right in the garbage. I know it.
I think,
and I'm like, I don't know if it's something I want to offer yet or not.
Yeah, I think it's a fun challenge as a photographer. Like,
100%.
I think that I actually I did this fun thing once a while ago, but it was before, like, people made behind the scenes content of it, of everything. I would, like, go out and, like, turn the screen off on my camera.
Okay.
And then take photos that way, like you would with the DSLR. Like, you would have to wait for the photo to load, and then you could check it.
Yep.
And that was fun because it really tested whether or not I really actually know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, and I did good, but I would say, like, if I took 100 photos, like, half of them were not great.
Yeah.
You know, and the same thing's gonna happen with film. Like, you're gonna get at least half that roll where it's overexposed, underexposed, blurry, like, whatever.
Right.
Like,
but my thing with that is, like, unfortunately, like, this nostalgia's back, but nostalgia with tech is back. Like, I can just now upload those into this and fix.
That's true. Yeah.
The majority of what, I fucked up on.
Right.
That's the part where I'm like, I don't know if this is worth it, because like, I could just then put a film simulator.
Right.
on.
I'm like, what's the point then? Yeah.
Right. So what's the difference?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, am I providing this actual? Am I like, hey, here's the roll.
Yeah. Like,
whatever you get, you get.
Right.
Most photographers aren't doing that. Right.
No.
They're taking the shot, they're uploading it, and I feel like it's very well possible to get the same look.
Yeah, just do it in your camera and then in the edit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the only difference is that I would say, like, film photos will feel more like a photo. Even if you get a good edit on it, there'll be a digital feeling to it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm like, unless you're a practiced film photographer, like, I think offering that is sort of silly. It adds work. It adds a little bit of stress you probably don't need. And you can't guarantee a good product unless you're very practiced at it. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I think it's cool that it came back. I think that a lot
100%.
more people are, even if they're starting as a hobbyist, they're going into film right away.
Yeah.
So that's cool that we're keeping the art alive.
Yeah. I like it. I just honestly, like, I looked at very specific cameras that I want to buy, and I'm like, holy shit.
They cost so much now. I'm like, they weren't worth that even 50 years ago.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. That's my only problem with it. So, like, I'll walk into, like, if I see, like, an estate sale or something like that around, like, the first thing I'll do is, like, I'll stop at this estate sale, especially if it's, like, I hate to say it, but, like, older people living there.
Yeah.
I'll stop there and be like, yo, they got any cameras?
Yeah.
Like, that's
the best way you're going to get an old camera without having to spend...
For a decent price.
Right, yeah.
For a decent price. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'll spend the coin if I need to on a camera, but, like...
Yeah, if it's something I really want,
yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
drop it.
Absolutely. But, like, things like that. So... let me just go with a couple of quick hitters and, like, feel free
Yeah, I'm
to
like,
come
damn,
back.
I didn't even realize we're almost 2 hours in.
Yeah. I don't know how much. I hope. I still
2
got,
hours
I still
almost.
got an hour left on the memory card,
That's
bro. We're
awesome.
good.
See, that's one thing Sony's got over Canon is up until the R6 Mark II, and I think even the R5 Mark II, they have a half-hour cutoff point
Oh shit.
on video. So
That's
you have to
crazy.
make sure you're paying
Yeah.
attention. Because I started a podcast at the veterinary hospital, and the amount of times I fucked up because I'm just like forgetting the camera's recording.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah. Luckily, this is good. We're on an hour and 38 minutes so far. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, hit me.
But expensive cameras, Leicas, all that other shit, is it worth it?
I want to say no.
Okay.
I want to say no. That's to me is purely like you're a gearhead. Like if you think you need that, like you just like saying I have the gear. You know
Love
what I mean? Like
It's like driving a BMW without fucking being able to afford it.
right, or like knowing anything about cars. You're just like I like the way it looks. You know,
Okay.
I'm like you could get a nice car that wasn't a BMW. You know, like
Yep.
you know, it's like. So yeah, that's how I view that. I'm like, you don't need it, but if you want it, cool. But like, it's not gonna make a huge difference. Like a Leica,
Right.
sure, you get the extra crazy megapixels, but like, come on, just you don't have to crop 1,000 feet in. You know what I mean? Like you're almost never gonna need that. Like,
Right.
I get why it's cool to have it, but you're almost never gonna need that.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. What is your take on photographers that are, well, let's go to gearheads, like the ones that like they need to have it.
I think power to you if you want to spend the money. You know, like
Okay.
I think if you are building a career around cameras and you're making enough money to afford them, cool. And you
Okay.
just like having the gear, that's great. I think that would never be a thing for me. It was early on because I thought it mattered.
Okay.
I don't think that the people who are just dropping money on cameras, I don't think they think it matters. I think they just like the camera. They also like to walk around and be like, I got a Leica, and everybody's like, is that a Leica?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah. It's attention whore.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I didn't say it.
I'll fucking say it. I'll fucking say it.
You know, it might not be that deep, but like
Okay.
partially, probably a little bit.
Honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with like keeping up with the Joneses. Like
Yeah.
like okay.
Like Peter McKinnon has a Leica, sure, yeah, that makes fucking sense. But
Great.
like Joe Schmo down the street who started taking photos 2 years ago is like, I got a Leica, and I'm like, why? like, how'd you go from a fucking DSLR that you barely know how to use to a Leica?
Right,
You know,
exactly.
like
Yeah, I think it's keeping up with Joneses. I think people that want to listen, there's one thing to aspire to it,
Yeah.
okay, and like be able to afford something like that.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, it's like I've used them before.
Yeah,
like
they're great. I've used one
a
before,
Q3 before. Like it's a fantastic camera. Does my Fujifilm X100V do the same fucking thing? Absolutely.
if you know how to use a camera, you know how to use a camera.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think it does the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I have more options with the X100V.
Probably, yeah. Leicas are very limiting. Yeah,
So,
in my experience.
in that case, does gear matter? Because I get this question all the time.
So do I.
Does
Yeah.
gear matter? And I have my answer, and I actually just put up a video about it like a couple of days ago. But I'll let you go first.
Yeah, this is a yes and no. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a no when you're getting started. It's a yes when you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's like even if let's just say you've been taking photos for a year, 2 years, couple of years as a hobbyist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why do you need the new camera unless you're going to start a business? I'm like, if you've already got a camera where you're taking great photos, and outside of like wanting it, you
Right.
know, like it's not going to make a difference in your photos if your photos are already good.
Right.
So like, and if your photos are bad, it's also not going to make a difference. Like you have to learn, and I think there's also like a humbling factor to learning on a bad camera.
Yep.
You know, like I also don't think working with mirrorless cameras at the start is a good idea either, because
Okay.
you kind of don't get the opportunity to learn as fast because you're not making as many
Interesting.
mistakes. You kind of get to look at the screen and be like, oh yeah, this works, and you don't
Right.
know why you're spinning the shutter speed or changing the aperture or changing the ISO. You're just like, yeah, it just looks good in the camera.
Look
You know what I
great,
mean?
like this, yeah.
Right. You know, you're in a dark room and you bump it up to 12,500 and, bump your shutter speed down to, 1/50th, and then you're like,
Yeah.
why is it blurry? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because you don't know what you're doing. Like,
Exactly.
so like,
Okay.
I think gear only matters once you've reached a level where you understand why you're changing the settings on the camera, why the megapixels matter, why if you're shooting video, why lighting matters,
Okay.
things like that. If you're just a hobbyist and you think cameras are cool and you just like to record stuff and take photos, and like that's great. You don't need the crazy $5,000 camera. I didn't buy anything over $1,000 until I was like 3 years into actually trying to make money.
Okay.
Like not even as a hobbyist, I was
Wow.
already trying to make money, and I was like, first of all, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But I was also like, I'm not taking the money I'm making and just like dropping it on a camera when I'm still learning on this camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a yes and no.
Okay. Good answer. No, I like that. Yeah, it's I think it only matters when you're experienced or a professional.
Yeah. And there's still things like even now, there's times where I'm like, I want to buy this camera or do this other thing, and I'm like, I have so much to learn just about the cameras I have still.
Yeah.
Especially in video. Like all this lighting, I don't know shit about all this lighting. Like that looks great. I could probably make it happen, but but it's like I wouldn't be able to just come in here, set it up, and be like, this is why it works.
Okay.
I would have to set some things up, look at it. Oh, okay, that works. Watch a video. Why is this lighting back here changing this or doing this? Like I'm still learning a lot, and I'm
lighting. I definitely spend more time. Like I tell people all the time, spend the time understanding what this does.
Yeah, even like
I
Flash,
dialed-
I'm like,
dude, I fucking dialed this shit in.
yeah,
Right, like before you got here, like even that light that's next to you is so overblown out. I made tweaks to it. I dialed it in so that way it looks like this. It doesn't I didn't just fucking turn this on.
right, and just ever turn everything on and like hope. And then.
I mean, I want to get to that point where I'm mounting a light to the ceiling over there where I could just fold it down and then turn it on. But
Right.
Like this is only my second time doing this.
Right, yeah, it's still a little bit of a setup to having to kind of figure it out. But but like even like using Flash sometimes, I'm like, I understand the way to use it with my camera, but then I'm in a room and I'm like not getting the photo I want, and I'm like, there's still things I'm learning.
100%.
Admittedly, I was doing weddings for a long time, and I was just like, that looks good. The Flash worked. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, so I would say like I consider myself like an advanced intermediate photographer. You know what I mean? Like, I consider myself a professional.
Yeah.
But I don't consider myself like a masterful photographer. Like,
Gotcha.
I think that doesn't come until you've been doing this 20, 30 years where you just kind of know everything. Or maybe not everything, but like most of things.
Yeah, but the industry's changing so much. Like,
It's true too. Yeah, I could spend the more time to become more masterful. Also, I like and learn. It's funny is like the first 5 years before I was a professional, like and making money, I spent almost every day watching at least one video, learning something. In the last 5 years, because I'm working so much, I'm just like hoping I learn while I'm going. No, I get it. And I shouldn't spend more time dialing in and like learning and like figuring out new trending things that are happening, whatever. I'm pretty happy and content where I'm at right now. I haven't felt a need to go to that next level, but I'm sure something's going to put me in a space where I'm like, oh shit, you need to get a little better.
Right.
So you need to spend a little time learning.
Yeah, just understanding things a little bit differently, maybe in an industry that you're not 100%.
Right.
So like, I get what you're saying. Like when I moved into like the corporate stuff,
right.
Like especially the video stuff was just like, all right, I need to fucking dial things in.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's what made me understand lighting a little bit better.
Right.
Because like now I'm physically getting paid to make sure this shit looks.
There's an expectation that comes with money.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that made me dial things in, especially with the lighting stuff. So like I went through like a binge last year, like just fucking buying lights, understanding them, and like returning whatever I didn't want.
Right. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like I just bought a light. Actually, it's on a Black Friday deal. Like I was like, all right, this would work. Like
I'm starting to like just randomly I'll get like I just bought a C-stand for my buddy the other day. I have one already, but I was like 2 would probably be best. And then like I know my next like probably in January I'll probably buy a steady light, and then like it's all the little things coming together.
Yeah.
But it's all like I said, it's all like I'm gonna spend the time to learn
100%
which light I should get for my needs and stuff like that. Like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess gear like I said, gear only matters once you kind of know what you're doing or what you want to do.
Right.
So.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Talent, consistency, or luck in order of importance.
Ooh.
So you need all three.
Right.
But like, what do you think falls most
Holy
important?
shit, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Talent, consistency, or luck? I want to say consistency is number one. I don't. I'll be honest with you, I don't believe in luck in that sense. So I'm gonna say consistency, talent,
And then luck.
and then luck. But I actually might throw one in there instead of luck. And
Okay.
then change up your whole shit.
Yeah.
This might be a long-winded answer, but before consistency, well, consistency, yes, but before consistency, I feel like you need to be like very disciplined.
Yes, actually.
So,
yeah.
honestly, I would say discipline, consistency, talent are my three. So,
Yeah.
so I woke up, like I started doing videos and they all did shitty. Like for a very fucking long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they
You also
all
have to
did-
have a little bit of grit when
Yeah,
it comes
yeah,
to
yeah.
social media.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta be able to
like-
take
like,
those
I don't-
hard losses.
Honestly, I don't give a fuck what anybody
Yeah.
says. I don't care what anybody says to me on social. Like I don't care.
Right.
But like I think because the consistency is one thing, just because like all right, I build out a schedule, I consistently do this, but the discipline is different. Like
Yeah.
the discipline of me not getting results and not getting clients out of it and not all of these fucking things and still doing
Still
it
doing it. Yeah.
by far beats all of those things. For me,
I would agree because again, like going back to just like numbers in general, I think discipline and consistency, like they definitely go together. But like, look at your numbers compared to mine. Just because I don't have the discipline to sit down once a week, make videos, edit them, and then set them up for posting.
Right.
Right? It's like I post when I have a feeling that I want to post,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I know I've been sitting on this video. Let me make this video. Spend 2 hours,
Yeah.
make this video, and then put it out.
Yeah.
Whereas like I could be doing better, my numbers could be better because like when I do post, my numbers are actually good.
Yep.
In comparison to my following. Like I average anywhere from like 3,000 to 5,000 views per video.
That's beautiful.
And I'm getting maybe like 100 to 150 likes, which doesn't feel like a lot, but like in the grand scheme of things, I've only got 5,600 followers, so my percentage
really
is
good
good, right? So yeah, I would agree. Discipline's very far up there. And
yeah, because I think discipline it actually it kind of affects your entire. It's not just your business, right? It's your entire fucking life.
Your existence.
Like
yeah.
the people who want to get up and go to the fucking gym at 5 a.m. That's discipline. That's not consistency. They need to be fucking disciplined enough to get the fuck up
Right. Yeah.
and
You're
go.
doing something. Like,
And
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The people who want to eat healthy, and don't get me wrong, like over the last year, I've been a little bit more conscious of what I'm intaking. But I still go out to dinner. I still
Yeah,
go, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Indulge
like,
a
you're
little,
Still,
yeah.
indulge a little. But like I still like I'm getting there where I'm like I'm actually paying attention to it
Yeah.
and dialing in what I need to dial in and whatnot. So definitely discipline, definitely consistency. So much consistency, I fucking tatted it on my arm.
Yeah.
And then the talent. The talent is great, but I think the discipline and consistency.
If you don't have the other three, your talent means nothing.
Right.
You're doing nothing with your talent.
Absolutely.
Then I'm going to outperform you every time.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're talented and you have those other things, it's almost impossible to beat. Like if you're
Right.
naturally gifted at something, like look at I'm sure he might disagree, but like look at somebody like Peter McKinnon or something like.
Yeah.
And he might not be a naturally gifted photographer, but he was meant to be in front of a camera and like creating content and doing, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? But if he had never been consistent or disciplined or put himself out there or learned and did all these things, like then who's Peter McKinnon? He's
Absolutely.
there's nobody. Like, and I tell this to people who ask me how to get started in photo all the time. I'm like, when I started, there was from my town alone, there was probably 5 to 8 other people who just started photo because
Okay.
it was like a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Like social media popped and people realized like, oh, if I'm good at taking photos, I can make money because everybody wants to show photos
Right.
now. Like this was like, I'm talking very early Instagram. So I started, like 5 to 8 other people I knew started, and slowly over the years, people started trickling out.
Yep.
And like they didn't exist anymore.
Yep.
And now some of those same people will be like, it's incredible, like what you've done and like the career you have and all. And I'm like, you were better than me. Like, and I just
stuck with it.
I just didn't quit. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
so I definitely think I would probably agree. I don't know if I'd put it in that order. I think my order would be, I think luck is in there a little bit. You gotta have I think a luck plays like maybe a 5% play in there. Cause like, for instance, like this thing with meeting the UFC fighter, like that's connected to my family. It's like, I don't know that I would have ever been able to make that happen. Like that's pure coincidence. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, first of all, my mom goes to the gym she goes to. So that alone is coincidence.
Right.
She becomes tight with them. They're like regularly with my mother or at my house or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, we've met a couple of times and then she's like, I need a media guy. It's like, what's the easiest route to take this? Oh, Joni's son. Right. And it's like, so that played obviously she had to look at my stuff and be like, he's good enough to do it and whatever. But that played a luck was a little bit in that role. Like,
but that's the part where I don't believe luck exists. Like yes, all those things came to fruition, but like she still needed to pick you because of your work.
Yeah.
And I think discipline and consistency and talent is why she fucking picked you, and not because the relationship was there, right? Yeah. But also, I mean, I think that's more a manifesting thing than... Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm taking the luck out.
All right. But thank you, dude, for coming.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you so
much.
much.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to definitely set up that shoot. I'm down. I'm down to come out there and chop it up. So,
and there's plenty out there to like find and just fucking do a little portrait session. If it's not the studio, there's all kinds of broken down fun shit to go shoot at over there. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming out again, and you know, if there's anything I could do, I'll definitely link all of your socials and shit like this.
Cool.
I'm probably gonna throw this on YouTube.
Yeah,
chop it up, and I'll definitely, you know, put all your stuff in there.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, thanks.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys, for watching. It's your boy Simon.
It's your boy Nicoma.
Catch you in the next one.
Later.
Peace.